everyone. This is another Freedom to Feel conversation, and my guest today, once again, is David Nancarrow. He is the values guy. In his new book, Values Approach in Business, emphasizes the critical importance of companies authentically living their core values, not just displaying them as slogans. With 25 years of experience in both the corporate and human service sectors, David presents a practical framework for aligning organizational values with everyday practices. David's David's model is designed to support leaders, teams, and businesses in creating environments where values are clearly defined and aligned with the company's values, genuinely upheld, and powerfully transformative. So this is the brief bio, and I was reading here from my notes, but the full bio will be at the end on the podcast notes as well. So, David, this is our
Yes.
second time meeting, and it
Yes,
has been
such a privilege.
fascinating because you just brought to my attention something that I never thought about it, like having hidden values in a sense of not really, we might be expressing them already, as you said, we might
Yeah,
be living them, but we are not really able to communicate in language. Somebody asked me, what are your values? I probably would come up with a lot of words, but
hmm
they might not be actually the actual thing. They
no,
might not match my expression.
yeah,
So I guess that's where this whole idea, this whole second podcast is coming from. I would
hmm
love to go through the process, but
okay,
before that, myself. But before
yes,
that, can you explain to the audience how it works and also your transition from a counselor to the values guy?
yes, yes. Well, greetings from Australia, and I live on the Sunshine Coast, so greetings to you, Valeria, and your listeners. Okay, so in 2007, in the first podcast we had together, I had a transformative encounter with a guy that was having some emotional issues. Yeah, call it anger, call it offense, call it frustration,
Yeah.
and people were breaching something in his life. And as we discussed, and as he said, people press my buttons, and
Mm,
that button we discovered was a value.
right.
Now, cognitive behavioral therapy says my thoughts and my feelings and my behavior, they all influence each other. If I can improve them in some way, walk and be healthier, I'll have better health in my mind and my emotions and better
Right.
thinking, and all that does work. But it
Right.
seems to be a bit of a spin cycle. Once you identify the value, you really can identify what's going on, what gives us purpose, motivation, and meaning.
Yeah.
Now, what happened in that occasion was that he was not aware of what was pressing his button, the master key, the trigger. He wasn't aware of it. And I went, this is interesting. Yet
Right.
he had such a profound change, able to emotionally regulate himself, able to identify when that value was breached, have a reasonable expectation of that value being met, which is something we may talk about this session. So
Right.
then I started to go, well, what is my values? I have some conscious values. I have some society values. I have
Mhm,
some
mhm,
parental values,
mhm.
but
Yeah.
my hidden values, I could not hear. I had to have someone who I coached in core value approach to unlock that in myself.
Right.
So that journey from 2006, 2007, when I published the book, till now has been I've moved more over into values work, personally unlocking, which we're going to go live today, and that's
Mhm.
going to be so much
Yeah.
fun. And also then going into companies where they will go, I've got some values on the wall, Dave, we've got it on our website, but we have a disconnect.
Right.
There's a report said that the Gen Z generation has mistrust for
Right.
bigger
Mm,
institutions. And so that the institutions have to go small to be authentic and fulfill some values in that regard.
right.
So we have values that in relationships, we have values in society, we have values in our belief systems and things. But when we come down to workplaces, I'm not saying values are not good there, but they don't seem to be livable. They don't seem to be transactable or accountable. And we
Right.
get into some sort of mess, especially in leaders or a worker that's not fulfilling those values. Anyway, so
Right.
that's explained in the book, Values Approach to Business,
Yeah.
quite well. But what was really interesting is that the fact of, oh, thank you. There you go.
Yes. One is that.
It's a small book. It's 50 pages, Valeria. Look, it's
Yeah.
just a book. It's
That's
a glorified brochure, really. But
awesome.
yeah, thank you. I posted you one, and
Yes. Thank you.
I hope I wrote something in it. I hope I signed that for you.
You did, dear
I
Valeria. I hope
did.
this
Oh,
will
good,
bring you
good.
some more joy. Yeah, you did. That's
I love
lovely.
it. I
Thank
love
you.
that. I love that. Now, I've bought a lot of values book around the world, and a lot of it has a lot of information. But the difference that I'm wanting to present today is that when you have a disconnect in a business with values, we're not talking about them in the meetings, in the board meetings, the toolbox meetings to just general staff, but the companies I've helped transformed, and they've refreshed their values to be more current to today's workforce and future proof for the current workforce that are coming.
Yeah.
But what really was the center, and it probably is more it's explained better in the first book, which is called Value Therapy.
Right.
I'll need to send you that book, Valeria.
Right.
And this is unlocking that personal value. And then once a person knows that, they can fulfill the company values, right? Now, why it is because you have a greater awareness. Why is these values hidden? It's hidden in our subconscious. You've had some really good guest speakers about that. And there is this unconscious automatic pilot that we go on, and we feel something. We feel, oh, that didn't feel right, and that person's behavior wasn't okay. And we got all that data and facts. Or we can say something really good, and we can, well, I believe our values are our ultimate love language. That's the master key. So in helping you today, and thank you for trusting me with this, Valeria, it's been great chatting about this and preparing for today.
Yeah.
You recently sent me an email, and at the end of it, you said a value. And I said, oh, nice value there, Valeria. And in my email back to you, went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know right now, here and now, we can go with a couple of levels. What are the values that you know that you have? And we can just go with our conscious sort of, I say head values. It's not saying they're not important. They're just, I'm aware of them, and they're okay. They're okay. But what would you say, Valeria, are your known values right now?
Yes. What comes to mind immediately is kindness. That comes to mind immediately.
Yep.
And then connection. It's another one. Wisdom. And then playfulness. Is that a value?
Interesting. Yeah, lovely.
Playfulness. I love laughing.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
then what else comes to mind? Honesty, of course, truthfulness.
Yeah, lovely.
And honoring others, honor myself, and then others too. There's something about that.
Yeah.
Is that enough? Should I keep going?
No, keep going. I should have be writing these down, going, oh, there's a list here. But I'll remember as much as I can. Keep going.
Oh wow. So health. Not sure if that's a value, but health is important. And then, wow, what else? Meaning, living a meaningful life.
Lovely, beautiful,
Peace.
very rich.
I mean, it seems like I'm talking about things that most people would talk about it, right? Most people, I believe, it seems to me that most people would say.
Yeah, okay. So there's a difference between what I'm valuing and what my values are. So, and there's sort of different sections. So for instance, you might value being kind and healthiness, and in Hawaii, getting some land and what your project and your vision is. we can value a healthy relationship or marriage. We can value the earth and things like that.
Yeah.
And then you've got this kindness and meaning and purpose. You've got these types of things. And are they values? Well, they add value. But then you get this other set. And that other set you mentioned was honoring, right? Was truthfulness. And suddenly they become very, we know these are value words. They're not new to us. They're value words, right? And so you've got this bigger, they stand on their own, I suppose, right? I can be kind, and yes, that is a general human thing, and I can believe all people should be treated with respect and equality. But even as I use that respect word, that's a value, and that there needs to be looked at. How does that affect my life?
Right.
How does that affect if someone breaches that or crosses that or doesn't fulfill that, right?
Right.
So
I see.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
And so, but I'm smiling now because the value that you mentioned, I love this. I get joy from this, and joy is a value, and love is a value ultimately, right?
Yeah. Should be.
But when, what was that?
It should be. It should.
It should be. It should be. Yeah.
Good.
But when there was a podcast just before the last one that you uploaded before we did our first recording, and I wanted to just I just felt to watch it and watch your style and how you interview and things like that. And it was Flora Bami, right?
Yeah.
Love Through a Value, which really got my attention, thinking, oh my goodness, that's similar to what I do. And it was a beautiful interview. It was really rich and amazing. And I was listening to her and listening to you. The thing about values is that we often mention them at the beginning of something really important in life, or we mention them at the end of a conversation. It's sort of like the bookends. And you mentioned amazing value, a really interesting, not say interesting, that's probably the wrong way to say it. It's just you haven't mentioned it in this list.
I didn't.
Right?
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah.
I know. And then I told you to go back. I told you to go watch. And thank you for trusting me again in this. Go back and listen to that last bit. And you're going, I don't get it. And you were sending me all these thoughts. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this?
Right,
And I went, no, it's not. And you'll go, you know.
I know. Oh, what is
now? And the best way is that you discover it yourself. I can tell you it, and it's sort of like there'll be counsellors possibly watching this and go, we've done values work, and here's a sheet, pick some values. But people have unique values. And you said before, Valeria, that don't people talk about this? Yes, they do, but values come in clusters. They come in clusters of truth, honesty, integrity, or fairness and justice and equality, or I want recognition, acceptance, and approval. And they come in these little clusters of three. Very, very interesting to observe. But people have unique clusters. We don't all, I know we consciously can relate to the values you just mentioned, and people could relate to the values I've just mentioned. But what are your values, your inherent values? Now, they come at a very young age. This would have been with you as a young girl. And when we pop this, and I really trust we do it today, and I'll dig a little deeper, you go, oh my goodness, there it is. It's been with me for a while.
Right.
So it's different than the value you said at the end of your last email to me before this session. And I went, oh, nice value. Can you remember? Let's go with that one. Can you recall that email? At the end, you said in something. What was that?
Yes.
You may not have it come up. But...
yeah, if I mention spirituality. But I do have the email here because it's hard to remember everything.
No, you're very busy, yes.
I don't think I'll be able to remember. But Well, I talked about connection. I remember that.
You did, yeah. But at the last bit, you signed off. You normally sign off with something, in something like,
Yeah.
and you said something different this time. I'll repeat it to you. I'll just help you because I don't want you to try and find that.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
you
we tried
said,
this before. Yeah.
yeah, you tried that. You tried that before. I
We
love that.
did. Yeah.
You
We
said in.
did.
You said in trust. You said in
Ah,
trust,
trust.
and I
Yeah.
just emailed quickly back. Lovely
Mm,
value,
mm,
and you went, oh, you're helping me
yeah.
understand values. Now, so what's
Mm.
the value you mentioned in that?
I don't remember.
No, I just said it, and this
You
is
said
what
trust.
happens. Yes,
Trust.
yes, yes, yes. Some people think
Oh,
it's a
you mean
trick question. Now,
trust.
you said that you sort of do a different ending in your emails, which is lovely, and I take notice of those because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it says
Yeah.
something, right? It's a statement in itself, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It means it's powerful. It's your
Mm.
heart and soul and saying something. So trust is a
Mm.
value. Yeah,
Mm.
we know trust is a value, right?
Right. So I guess my question is like trust in life itself, trust in myself, trusting in
Yeah.
others, trust on earth.
Mm.
What is that something that you go deeper into it when you
Yes.
find that core?
Yes. There's three directions in values is from others, right?
Yeah.
Can I trust them? So it's coming in from others to us,
Right.
to ourselves, and then to others. I'm going to give this trust away. So when you find your core set of powerful values that are basically could be your core value, like your center. This is not sub values or other ones that we've been taught or conditioned with or whatever it may be. They could be still important, but I'm talking like, oh my goodness, this. When people unlock it, they can have quite a spiritual experience. They go, wow, what is that? It's like I've heard it for the
Right.
first time.
Right.
But we have expectations of our values, and we'll go a little bit deeper with this, and I'll come back to the three ways in a moment. But I want to go a little bit better because I want to see if you can define your value that you haven't mentioned yet, which you mentioned when you interviewed Flora right at the end. Okay.
Oh my God. And I
I know.
listened to it. Yeah. And I
I
couldn't
know.
really
I know.
listen.
When I have people, when I'm coaching online or in face-to-face, I would write on the whiteboard or we record that part that they said, I really feel disrespected and dishonored, David, when people are dishonest to me. And I go, well, goodness, you've just mentioned three values.
Yes.
And I write it up on the board. And you think it should be pretty obvious, respect and,
Right.
and truth and honesty and all these things. Now, they
Right.
may find one of them, but they may miss one. And they're going, I don't get it, Dave. And they're reading it out. And I'm just going, and this is what I discovered in 2006. We assume people know their values. Incorrect. The deeper unconscious ones we do not know.
Right.
When I discovered my one, which is my deepest one is honor.
Yes. Right? Yeah, I remember that. Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
My surface one is recognition.
Yeah.
I'd get the groceries and I'd say to my wife, hey, I got the groceries and I put it in the pantry. And she goes, what do you want to seek recognition for? It's just so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I spoke about honor, I was really pouring out my heart to my friend who knows core value work, my work. I taught him it. And he goes, Dave, you're mentioning this powerful value word. And I looked back through my sentence and it was blank. It literally was blank there. And I went, and this is what happens when I help someone. They would pour out a problem. And in that problem's emotion, facts and things and da-da-da. But there's powerful values. And they really give meaning to that moment.
Right.
Right.
I
felt disrespected when someone did this. If you took that respect or disrespect word out, I felt when someone did it, well, suddenly it loses its power. That's how some people say, is that a value word? Well, why do you value it? Well, I value respect because I think it gives me self-worth. And I go, you just mentioned another value then. And they go, what do you mean? And they don't see the worth or the self-worth. Worth is a value.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, right.
Right.
Okay. So,
True. So true.
yeah. So what value did you say then?
So,
So just then,
well,
Valeria,
yeah,
what
the
value
interesting
did you?
thing,
So hang on. So I'll just pull you out. Sorry. When
yeah,
when we're on values work, so when you say a value, I'm going to gently, if we have this agreement, I'm going to gently interrupt you.
yeah,
It's like you're driving, and I'm going to put the clutch in and change
mm,
gears, and
yeah,
hopefully
yes,
smoothly. But I'll say, oh, you just
mm,
mentioned a value. Then when
mm,
you say a value, I will, if you're okay with it, I'm going to say you just said a value just then, a
mm,
value
mm,
word just then, and I
mm,
want you to try and find it. So
yeah,
at the end of what I just said before, you said, "Oh, so true." You heard
mm,
yourself say that,
yes,
yes?
yes,
So I
yeah,
ask the question: why do people use certain value sets? They don't. Not everyone would say that. They say, "Oh, I understand. Well, that's a value. Oh, I appreciate that." And I had someone say, "Is
mm,
that a value?" I said, oh, "I really appreciate your beautiful tattoos." He goes,
yeah,
"Oh, thanks, Dave." And I said, "Oh, I don't appreciate your tattoos." And I felt that. Appreciation was a very big thing. He was able to take that back to his workplace and go, "Oh, that's why I'm getting so
yeah,
upset with work. My boss is not appreciating me."
right,
Right. So he
right,
suddenly had his personal value transact into his life. A lot more
right,
powerful. But you
wow,
said so true. Remember, you heard yourself say that now
yeah,
probably 2 minutes ago.
yeah.
What was the value that you mentioned in that so true?
Oh yeah, gosh, now it's going back to it. It's not
No,
gonna be a
that's okay.
yeah,
I've just said it then though. I've said it for you exactly word for word. You said so true.
yeah,
So true. So what's the
yeah,
value word there that you just
yeah.
said?
Truth, right? And
Yeah,
it goes
truth,
back
right.
to
Yeah.
truth again.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh my
It's
God, it goes back
okay.
to truth. Yeah. Oh
How does that
yeah, David.
Yeah,
Mm.
keep going, keep going.
Like if you ask me, what do you truly, truly, so I keep using that word, you're right. What do you truly, 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 truly want from this life?
Uh-huh.
And then what comes out of me is, of course, the truth in me, which is to live a natural life. It goes back to nature, natural way of living.
Pure
And that,
perfect.
if I go deeper and deeper into it, why do I want to live a natural life where I wake up, I eat stuff from the land, I put my body, my hands, my feet on the land. I touch the trees and I play with my dog. you know,
Yeah.
why does that feel so good? Because it seems to me it has to do with freedom. It's like that feeling of freedom. So freedom by living my truth, being true to me, true to what is true to me,
Yeah.
sovereign, then
Yeah.
that sense of freedom will just arise. The sense, or perhaps even the expression, the manifestation of freedom from my world, from my way of living.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So when you unlock a value, you went beautifully, naturally into what you value, what gives you purpose and meaning and importance. It gives you
Yes.
place on this earth and the universe, right? So that's what I find happening is I go, so what's the value, or what are you valuing about that? Then something rich comes straight
Mm,
after that. It gives them context, and you just did that simply by just, I have a lot of people would say, yeah, that's right, Dave, and I go, so what value did you mention? And I'm not playing with words, is
mm,
I'm dancing with that that could be a value for them, and they're going,
right.
right, is right a value? And you're
Yeah.
going, well, is it, how important? And then suddenly they go, I like things done right. Oh my goodness. I'm a very black and
yeah.
white sort of person, right and wrong. And you go, but they've been saying it all subconsciously for ages.
Mm,
And it seems
yeah.
we
So
haven't
true.
tapped this. We haven't tapped this. And you said it again then. So true.
Yeah.
And I
Uh,
had one lady, I said, Valeria, I must warn you about this. She came back after the session like a week later, and
mhm.
her value she had not heard, right? She was a bit
Yeah.
doubtful when I unlocked it for her. She said, oh, I'm not too convinced, Dave. No, that's okay. You just
Right.
observe life. You've already
Right.
changed. Your awareness has changed. Just observe. Do you say it? Do you feel it? Do you live
Mm,
it? A value is not just a word. Oh no.
Mm.
Oh no, no.
Yeah.
A value
Right.
is an emotion. A value
Yeah.
is an action. A
Right.
value is your presence of who you are. I think our values are connected to our personality. If you
Yeah.
believe, we have a spirit and soul, I
Yeah.
think it's all connected very powerfully to these things.
Yeah.
And so she went away for the week and observed herself thinking, feeling, and saying and acting this value, well, just this one she was putting on the side bleachers, just as I don't know about it. And
Right.
she even talked to her girlfriend and said, do I say this word? Do I really make my staff lean into this word? And she goes, oh my goodness, all the time. I've never heard it. And she came back to me and said, Dave, I'm starting to annoy myself now. And I went, why? I counted how many times I said it that day, and it was 50 times.
Wow.
And I said, you were saying it 50 times before I came along. I've just helped you hear it. I've helped you befriend it.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah. Anything there? No, that's
Yes.
so what
Yeah.
yeah, you go.
Yes. It seems so. From what I understand, it seems like we are using words actually to express our. Obviously, words are very important in expressing what we are, where we're coming from. So this you call values. Even the hidden ones, we are expressing them,
Oh
not
yes.
just with words all the time. That makes a lot of sense to me. Just want to make that
Yes.
observation.
Yeah. Well, Eric Erickson, one of the psychologists way back, in life, he said at a young age, a child will understand trust and mistrust, understand the word, the action, and the emotion that comes with that, and fuses in that to get a conscious awareness of that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying as well is that forms early, but some values are taught, some values are inherent. Some values are taught to us by our caregivers, so nurture, and some values come from nature. Now, nature in epigenetics, which is taught now in colleges, is we have a memory of back 5 or 6 generations. That's how native people know how to not farm, but Indigenous people in Australia just know that there will be food in the bush now at this certain time of year. They instinctively know this.
Yes.
I believe our values come down, not just out of genetics and how we look and our health and our blood and our intelligence, but values. You can be very similar to great grandmother. Never met her.
That's true.
But gee, you have the same values, you have the same approach to life. Well, that's that becomes deeper then, going, wow, this is in our genetics as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to the value that you said to can you hear my puppy that's scratching at the moment?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
So
you
cute.
can.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
Oh,
okay.
it's okay.
He's part of it.
He's part of it.
Of the conversation.
He's,
so cute.
this is Bungie.
Hi, Bungie. You here
He's
again. You're
Bungie.
such a good boy. Oh,
he's got the box on him.
so cute. Oh my God.
I think he should be in a movie. He's so cute. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, talking to your value of truth, if you look back to the expectation from others, sometimes we can go from zero. I don't want people to live truthfully to me, and some values sort of naturally go, I want to be respected, I want to be valued in some way, I want to be appreciated. But your value will make sense to you, okay, because it's truth. But if someone lies to you, how does that make you feel? If they don't live a truthful life, it would be what to you, Valeria? How would it be if someone that was important to you wasn't truthful, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Mama Bear's coming out.
That would work.
That wouldn't work. Yeah. So there's standards. There's standards in our values, which is okay. What we've understood now from others is, if I asked you how much you want people to be truthful to you, what would you say? Out of 10. Let's just go a scale out of 10. 0 being
Yeah, I thought about
nothing. They don't
100, but
100. Oh, it's only out of 10 though, but I understand 100. Yeah, and
definitely, yeah.
that seems logical. And even if someone has the word respect or they know their values as they're listening to that, because that seems reasonable. However, we live in an imperfect world. And
Yeah.
even if someone has 8, 9, or 10 out of 10, I had someone have 11, not quite 100, but you understand what you're saying.
Oh, wow.
And they
Yeah.
were a perfectionist, and it really was a hard taskmaster because there was reaction there
Yeah.
because it's not going to come in perfectly, and we often cause ourselves pain by going, I need you to deliver this to me, right?
That's true.
We're not in
Yeah.
control of that.
Right.
And so what we've broken it down to is zones of going, this is what I want, but I'm probably not going to get that on a consistent basis. A child being truthful, or life, or, who knows what.
Yeah.
Of course, your
Yeah.
husband, I understand. There's certain conditions of relationships that would require a higher standard.
Right.
But we may have to let go of that top end stuff.
Mm.
Why
Yeah.
did you lie about? Oh, I thought you'd be upset. And I'm not saying I know anything about your life, Valeria, and then you go, no, isn't it? So there may not be that perfection level. So we just ease that down a bit.
Right.
Then the next section is a little lower, like maybe from 5 to 7 or something. And this is what we may talk about. We may go, hang on, let's talk about something here. It's coming in, but I'm feeling, because you're going to feel, I must say, mate, I must pick this up. When someone lies, like the first person I had in 2006, his was a truth value, and he had people lying to him, and he felt it. He actually felt it, which he was onto something.
Yeah.
But he, instead of talking about, well, hang on, you said you were going to do this job and that was going on, a bit confused what's going on, I taught him to speak through his value.
Yeah.
So speaking through your value is, I feel you're lying to me. Are you telling me the truth? And they go, oh, sorry, boss. Oh, sorry, we're telling you a lie. And he was able to get to the problem a lot quicker rather than, I don't know, going through other subjects. Does that make sense?
Right. It does. Yeah. Very much does.
Yes. And then the bottom layer is probably what's not acceptable. And we've got to be careful that our top layer of perfection is not what's not acceptable. It's actually below the belt. Like, that is a complete furphy. You've lied, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not happy, right? This is non-negotiable. We've got to be careful. I've seen people be non-negotiable on the perfection, and I would caution them to just not do that, because it creates too much, it creates conflict.
Right.
I know we want it, but we're not going to get it all the time. And I hope that may help some people that listen to that, and help you, Valeria. Yes. I know, but our values will go up to that higher echelon because it wants to do that. It's programmed to do that. And it can be programmed to do that because we've been hurt through lies or people breaching that value over time.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
I had one guy go, oh, I have no one disrespect me, rah, 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 boom. He actually, was quite vocal and expressive.
Yeah.
But he was losing respect with that high mandate.
Yes.
With his family and at work. And I said, how about you show respect, which is giving away, right?
Yeah.
But in the middle is to self. And when I ask about whatever value they had, respect or honor or truth is an interesting one. Control, my goodness, that's an interesting one.
Oh, wow.
How much do you respect yourself? How much do you honor yourself? How much do you value yourself? You know what most people say, Valeria? What? Out of 10? What do you think they would say? Just generally, how much do they respect themselves? How much do they love themselves? Because I believe the value is our expression of love, right? To ourselves.
Yeah. I hope that would be close to 10, but I know it's not the reality for most people.
No,
so it's probably much lower than that. Yeah.
Much lower.
Yeah, sadly.
Sadly. And look, people come for support, and people in conflict, of course, may not, obviously not as well as they should be. In 25 years of counselling, but in the last, from 2006, focusing more on values, I would have 90% say, I want 8 or 9 or 10 from my spouse or my child or my friend or whatever value, and then to themselves, nah, I don't think I'm worthy, Dave. I don't think I don't respect myself. 2 out of 10. And so I go on the whiteboard. So you want you want others to do what you can't do yourself. That's conflict right there. That is an impossible expectation on them.
Yes.
And the problem is not now the problem is that not themselves, they're not a problem. The problem is their standard, and they can't love themselves through their value. And so I help them to lower that, to go, hey, just take the heat off that. Just lower that down a little bit. Oh, no. I'm valuable through that. That's how I seek value. And I go, it's not working, but lift your own value up. And that takes some time through one-on-one coaching. But that really pulls people up, because from this low place, if they ask the question, how much, if I discover my value, how much can I actually apply that to myself? It's low. It's definitely consistently below 5.
Wow.
And then the next level, which is to others, I'm going to give this value away. This is my true self. This is my authentic self. I'm loving the people around my world. Well, if your cup is 2, you can't give more than your cup is full.
Yeah, no, right.
You can't. It's impossible. So you're only giving out 2, but you're expecting 8. So something's array here.
Yes.
And I respectfully, gently know that when people go, I don't trust others, Dave, they can't trust me, and I don't even trust myself. And trust is shattered to pieces because people have breached the trust. I've walked with people that are in so much pain about that. But I've told them, you can't get rid of this value. You cannot buy another one. You have to heal this one, which I talked about in the first podcast. But anyway, let's come back to this amazing value, which I think it's nice to reveal because you haven't said it even now.
God, yeah, that's amazing.
I love that. We got some time. We could go with, maybe a situation that's upset you or made you feel bothered in some way, or maybe, again, your husband's not there. You mentioned your dog is not there yet, right, in Hawaii. So we could talk about a situation you feel comfortable to others to know about your life. You could talk a little bit about that. I'm going to ask you some questions, but I will repeat exactly the statement you said at the end of Flora Bami Love Through a Value. I will say it so you can then reflect and see, oh my goodness. And
please.
I will do that. I will do that. Yeah. Because that would be cruel if I don't.
I can't wait.
So talk about your husband and your dog, and what's so important about that, and you're missing them, and missing your dog more than your husband. No. Sorry, so, you can delete that.
Yeah. So this is an interesting question. If I'm the feeling right behind the situation, the circumstance.
Yes,
so I moved to Hawaii on my own. My husband's not here. My dog's not here. Why do I miss them? And what does it feel? It's very natural again. It goes back to being natural because we were together for so long, and we got Zen, my dog. He was just 2 months old when I saw Bungie. I'm like, oh my God, I miss Zen. Every time I see any dogs, and I just miss him because like a baby for me. I don't have children. So it feels like something's missing. That's what it is.
So what bothers you about that? Let me guide you with that. So you're picturing your husband, you're picturing your dog, you're not connected to them. So there's not conflict, but there's a missing of that. So any problem, so anyone listening now, you can go through any problem, write it out, go through it. You will start to mention values. So what I want to lean into now is what bothers you about not being with them. What's so important about them? What do you just not what you miss? You miss their company and miss their conversations and miss their presence. But go deeper and go, what's so important about them? Let's just get something happening there, if we can.
Yeah. What comes to mind is connection. That that relationships. It feels like a value to me. I really value relationships. I don't
Yes.
want to lose them. I have tried everything my entire life with friends and family and
Yep.
everyone to forgive them, whatever they've done, and just not to break, not to end, because there's something about relationships that's very precious to me. That
Yes.
connection.
A connection.
So
So you've got relationships, connections, you've got forgiveness in there of something being done. You don't have to go there, but so why is that important? Why is relationships and connection and why is that important? Just go try and when we do this, we stop thinking from the head and we start thinking from the heart and
why
a
is
bit
that
lower.
important? Yeah, I think it goes back to what I said earlier about it feels natural to me, like to
Yes,
be. Yeah, it's just a feeling of there's no other way of being. I don't think I would want it to be in this world by myself, like live on my
for
own,
sure.
do business on my own, and do it.
Yeah.
That would never work. And that might go back to that truth that the heart kind of feels that there's something missing, something that's not in connection with truth, not in alignment. So there's that alignment piece,
Okay.
I believe. It's another concept, but yeah.
No, well done. So you've got truth and connection and alignment, and I don't want to be alone. Is there something that you should even sometimes and thank you for trusting me with this, Valeria. I'm really
Yeah.
impressed.
Oh yeah.
If we close our eyes and we just go, why is that so important? And is there something, even a descriptive word, an emotional word, that just says, that's why that's so important to me? Do you hear something? Do you feel something? Does
Yeah.
something? Yep.
Gosh, yeah, these questions. And I feel like I said everything that I said enough, or I said what I wanted to say, but it's not.
Does it feel complete? Does it feel complete? It's truth. I've got connection. I don't want to be alone. You mentioned forgiveness was there, and that can have an interesting. Is that connected to
Yeah.
all these things? But does it feel complete enough, or do you feel there's? How can I express my love? So if I went to that angle, if you said how much, why do you love your dog and your husband? What would you say? How would you say? Because what?
Because I trust them. That trust comes in right away.
Great,
The
you saw that.
trust
Well
piece
done.
is, that's very important. So that's like really, really important. The
Yep.
foundation.
Yep.
And then the way they make me feel safe. There is
Great.
a
So
piece of safety to
you heard that
feeling
value.
like I'm in the
So
right
what?
place. Yeah, I'm in the
Yeah.
right place, living the right life per se.
So
Yeah,
you
around.
heard that. What are the two values that you just mentioned then? Well, three. But just
Oh
go to the
wow.
last two.
Yes. Safety,
Well
and then
done. Absolutely. And then the
yeah,
last one was because it feels.
being the right that I'm living the right life,
Yeah.
in the right
So
place, in harmony piece. I think
yeah.
it's harmony.
And it's the right one, So the right is a value. Now people might go, oh, you just it's
Oh, I see. Yeah,
stretching it a
right.
bit now. But I ask, why do people use those important words? So you've got trust, safety, and right. It is not the value that you
No.
said with
Oh, I cannot believe it.
and the reason why I'm
Why?
so
That's amazing.
I suppose focused on the value, and we'll go to it now, just in the time we've got together
Yes,
this morning.
yeah, we got 5 minutes. Oh,
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
as a heads up.
I respect that. Yeah, is because when you said this, it came out differently. I heard it differently. It was like soul
Yeah.
talking to soul, spirit. It was something different about it. And when
Yeah.
I say it, you'll be going, "Oh yes, of course. That brings it all together."
Yeah.
Maybe I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm
Let's
trusting
see.
my instincts at the
Yeah.
moment. Okay,
See.
was hoping it would came out, but I'm conscious of the fact it's brought some of them out. So hopefully people have enjoyed that. You've enjoyed that, Valeria.
Yeah.
But when you ended the conversation with Flora, which was a beautiful interview, and people going, "Oh, we'll go Google that one and get back to that podcast."
Yeah.
But
It's
you
beautiful.
said right at the end, this was a very worthy conversation.
Oh, I said that way.
Well, maybe not the
worthy.
conversation. There's a very worthy time together. You concluded it in this thank way. So what was the value that you mentioned?
Yeah, worth. I don't remember that word, but I usually say meaningful. That's the word that I use.
Yeah, you didn't say
most
that.
of the
No,
time.
you
I
didn't
didn't
say that.
say meaningful.
No, you didn't say
Wow, I
that.
didn't. Was a worthy conversation. Oh yeah, I have to listen to that again, right? So a sense of worthiness, being worthy. It's wow, something that um yeah.
What are you feeling right now?
Right, I got emotional a little bit because in the sense,
Love that.
yeah, it was yeah, it's what I live for, right? Like meaningful. It was something that fulfilled the desire of the heart, of the soul, something that had all the components that I live for, which is
Okay.
right, meaning feeling so safe within that conversation, and like now talking to you and the people that I connect with. It's just that connection. Yeah, everything comes together. Like, oh, if I die today, that's okay. I die happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, right. Right.
So I encourage you to be silent with that value after this in your own time of meditation and reflection. But even that moment where you went, "Whew, I'm a bit speechless. I feel something like that." I'm telling you very truthfully, Valeria, is now getting closer to your core value. It could be the core, but it's definitely getting closer to your center of something that's important to you. You started to go, "Whew, I feel something." I went, "Oh my goodness, there it is." So when you touch a value, it isn't a conscious thing. It isn't making logic. It's making emotional connection. And if not spiritual connection, if we believe we have a spirit, for those that do or don't. But you have something goes, and all by just hearing the word. But I focused on that. It's powerful when you discover it yourself. And even if you just observe yourself going, wow, do I look at my husband in that way, my dog in this way, the project you have for Hawaii in this way? But what was really fascinating, you started to then pull in a value. I feel safe with that. You chose of all the other values, not connection, not right, not truth, not trust, safe.
Yeah.
And what you can actually do is get your sort of mother value, your big value, and get the first three, and they are your compass, your guiding moment that talk to you, guide you to. They're you. They I suppose they express your love and your passion, your worth for the earth, and doing that project you want in Hawaii.
Yes.
And it touched your heart. I saw that moment. I just wanted to stay there in silence, and you don't have to over-explain it.
Yeah.
That is the bit that I know of you, and listening to things that you've done online, that value I felt differently. And I went, "Ooh, that's interesting."
Yeah.
Because that was you expressing your love. It was you expressing your relationship and connection with Flora. It was you, but you went deeper.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing. Why I'm convinced of this is potentially your core value is because when you listen to the end of that clip, you still didn't hear it. That's what happens. And that's the mystery behind this. People can record it and play it back. I don't hear it. I put it on the whiteboard. I don't see it. What is going on?
Yeah.
It's deep in our unconscious, and our conscious mind doesn't see it. But we live our life. So what I want to close with, I want you to observe, be aware, does all my actions come from this worthiness? I think the earth is worthy. my husband, my dog, myself, my clients, it's worthy of this. Right? So you look at it through not just a word, but my actions, my feelings, my thinking, my whole being. And is that love for you?
Yeah.
And for self-worth, is that love for you? As you give out worth to others, that's love to them. And obviously you want worth back, right? You want that worth, and worth starts to make sense to you. That's your word. That's your value. That's your love. Potentially, I'm just allow you to just observe it. But
you got me
you
things. You got me reflecting deeper about that. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, right. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when you said that yourself, you said it's worth doing that for them. Like spending my life, giving my life to my dog and my husband, and then now this project in Hawaii and the earth and people, amazing, beautiful people that I know, like yourself. I would love for you guys to come here.
Yeah.
So that's in all this work, and I work a lot.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It really is. Yeah.
So you heard did you hear yourself say it then? Did you hear yourself say that value just then?
Yes. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's worth it. Yeah.
You heard it right.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because sometimes people, when they're concluding, they'll say that's worth it, Dave, or whatever their value is, but your value. Yeah. And they'll go, "Oh, did you hear it?" And they go, "Oh, I don't. Oh, I just said it," and it just drops out of their conscious mind. It's very fascinating, and you just got to keep revealing it. And then once it's revealed, it stays revealed. It does not go back down. It's quite incredible. That's why I gently interrupted you. Did you hear it? But I want you to hear yourself say that was worth it. That was worthwhile. Just see your lens through, like your kaleidoscope has got this worth beautifully colored through everything that you do, right? It's how you see life. And just observe it now. Just be aware of it. And even if you want to come back, not on a recording, and just see, and email me saying, "Oh yeah, that's really touching my heart." What it does, it supercharges our life. It gives us really good focus and grounding, and all the other values fall in line with the big mother value, the centered one.
Yeah, they complement.
They all start to make sense to this bigger one. And what I close with, the reason I'm confident of this for you, Valeria, my gift to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is because when you heard that interview several times, you're emailing me all the different things you valued about that interview and what you do, and I don't dispute that they weren't true, but you couldn't hear it. That got my attention. I heard it differently from you, but then you couldn't hear it. And then the third thing is you had an emotional experience. You touched your eyes a bit, but you went, "Oh, I feel that." So those things are what I've seen in other people, that we're starting to touch the cool one, the beautiful one.
Right.
So,
yeah, you're doing beautiful work, and
thank you.
Also giving yourself to it. I see how passionate you are too. So that's really, really, I really value that. You see that's my devotional side.
Yes.
Like that's why I do this, because that's funny. I'm going to think more that way now. Why do I do this? Because it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Every second of it.
Did it 3 times.
Every second, every second of it's worth it. Yeah, now I get it. I think so. Especially when you said about my husband and my dog, especially. Yeah, right. It's worth it. He's a beautiful man.
I'm glad you brought it back to that. Yes.
Very honorable person. So staying away from him and all that, it's worth it. Yeah, the weight and all that and all that. Yes. Yeah, it's worth it.
So just as I close, so you said he's a very honorable person. So that last value is, I know he's honorable, but you said it. So the last value is
honor.
Honor, yeah. So the 3, confident of this now: worthy, safe, and honor. It might be worthy, honor, and safe, but worthy definitely seems to be your center. It might be safe and honor. And then that's nice. You've got in the last part when people conclude, they mentioned their 3 values. It's quite fascinating for me.
Yes.
And you've mentioned them. And then you just watch them, and they all just help each other out, and they keep us good. Keep us okay.
I love the connection to the feeling. It's really beautiful, the connection to feelings. Going back to the heart, to the body, and that's really that's that's true. That's when you know the body doesn't lie. It doesn't lie. Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much. You're so beautiful and generous. I want to mention your website before we go. So thevaluesguy.com.au. It will be on the podcast notes, so it'll be there anyway. And your book too, I'll have that to Amazon. So we'll be linked to your website and Amazon. Thank you so much again, David. And we'll talk soon. Bye for now, my dear.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.